All right, so I'm gonna try to make this daily recap quick. There's a lot to learn about today. I definitely not was on my I was not on my best game today. Kind of shit myself. Definitely shit myself actually. So today we had some pretty disgusting price action. Like it's very rangy. I mean, there's setups up and down. I marked all the setups that I'm gonna go over, with the boxes, the different color boxes. But I mean, like seriously, bro, if you really look at this on like the 15-minute chart, like what the fuck are we even doing, dude? This is just up and down and up and down, and then like we did nothing for a while, and then last few minutes of trading were just an absolute atrocity. But yeah, I mean, I can't be upset at losing on a day like this, but there's definitely a lot to be learned here. So I'm just gonna go over, I guess that my prediction on the day was bullish. I was bullish on the day. I wanted to see us come all the way up here, ish, or somewhere up in this range. Where was it? Let me look at a 4 hour chart. Yeah, I was looking at this high here and thinking that looked like a really nice target for the day. We almost got there. We didn't quite get there. We just kind of wicked it out here, wicked out this level, equal highs here now. So this will be a nice target going forward, I think. It looks like I've got these like relative equal highs all stacked up in this range. So it looks like there's a lot of liquidity that needs to be taken up here, but we're still respecting this 4 hour gap here. So I think we can still consider this trend to be bullish. I mean, the order flow is still bullish on higher time frame. Obviously, I mean, there wasn't a structure shift today. It's just a bunch of wicks. It did nothing. I'm just kind of chilled in this range. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but I'm still maintaining a bullish bias on the next day, I think, because now it looks like we're going to rebalance this range too. And kind of properly come up into this range before we decide whether we're going to gear up or if we're going to do one of these. I can see either happening, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, about the entries today, I took one loss, gave back most of my winnings from yesterday. Absolute howler of a trade, bro. I don't even know what the fuck this was. Like, we're looking at bullish bias, bullish order flow here. I'm looking at this inversion after coming down and I remember we had an SMT right here, so we had an SMT with these lows right here. So we had an SMT with ES on these lows here. So just based off of that, just based off of strong bullish momentum and a bullish bias, and we've got some low resistance liquidity kind of coming down here. So we didn't really get past these equal highs here. So I was expecting us to kind of just continue pushing up here. So that was like basically all the logic I had behind the trade. It really wasn't that great of an entry. There's no liquid taken. Obviously, I got manipulated out here. I have my stop loss underneath this low, which is a horrific place for a stop loss if we're being real, because when I enter this trade, I have to realize that the risk is very high here. I should be having my stop loss underneath this low, because this is the low where the SMT was formed. So we can think of this low as being liquidity swept where it actually hasn't been. So if we are to continue bullish, this is a level that price should not return to. And instead I have my stop loss under here trying to manage my risk or whatever bullshit I was on, and ended up getting exactly ticked out by this candle before I would have been able to break even after we broke this high. And then, since I was already reeling from that horrific trade I took, I seriously, I just must have zoned out. This doesn't, if we look back at my winners from the last couple of days, if you go back and look, this doesn't look anything like that. It doesn't look anything like that at all. It's just a bad trade. So we learned from that, I guess. And then immediately after that, I missed a perfect reversal signature. Just absolute beauty here, looking to rebalance this range. We have this dealing range from the New York morning, from the high and the low of the morning, and we just rebalance it perfectly, take out this liquidity here, respect this, targeting this order block. This would have been a great short coming off of liquidity too, and this is, the type of signature that I always tell y'all just never fails. So I should have taken that one. I didn't, because I was already wrapped up about losing this trade, and your confidence goes down after losing a trade, so that just wasn't ideal. And then, so there's a couple more entries here that I guess I'll tell you why I color coded the boxes. So green ones are ones that I should have taken, good entries, proper entries. Gray is either break even or you can't really expect that from yourself. And then the one red one was the bad entry, bro. Out of all the potential entries today, I took the one bad one. How unlucky do you have to be, bro? That's crazy as hell. It's just some stupid shit, bro. I'm really fucking stupid, bro. But hey, we learn from these. So obviously I went over this one. This is a very good entry. I should have taken this one, whatever. During kill zone as well, not quite during the macro. This one was during the macro as well, but actually no, it wasn't. Right after. No logic behind this trade, bro. Horrible loss. Horrible stuff for me. Whatever. So this is a nice entry, tail end of the 1050 macro, just delivering from this big daily order, this big daily fair value gap, delivering from these equal lows. And this is a long here, but it would have been break even if I took it. I didn't actually take it because, I don't know, bro. I just wasn't. I'm pretty sure I just walked away from the charts at this point, just to wait until PM session. And then obviously this happens during launch hour. So while this is a really good entry, and it didn't actually properly get inverted on that candle. Maybe my trade of it was bugging because I swear it did on my trade of it. And this is a stacked fair value gap, which I just realized. I swear it looked different on trade of it though. Do I have this written down in my notes? Hold on, let me go check. There's just one fair value gap, and this big candle right here got all the way down to it. Let me look. There was, okay, now that I'm looking back, actually, I remember I was watching this entry during the 1050 macro, but this got invalidated. This would have been a really nice trade that I would have taken. This inversion fair value gap right here. This would have been a great trade, but it got invalidated, unfortunately, by this candle closing underneath, or just in general, sweeping this low right here. Came back from launch macro and sat here and watched this fucking monstrosity of price action for like 2 hours, bro. This is horrific. This is so bad. Like, there is an inversion here. It's like nothing happens afterwards. Like, we barely even hit target. Like, this is not, and this is stacked fair value gap. I didn't see that when I originally marked it. So, like, this isn't even a trade. There's nothing to trade up here. This fails. This fails. This is all just really weird stuff. Like, this would have been a break even, taking this gap here. This is a break even. This one's a good one, but I didn't take this one. I had already basically resigned myself to being done for the day after watching this bullshit happen. Like, just this chop for like, you know, in a 30-point range, whatever it was. And then this one happened, and I like wasn't really paying attention. I think I went to go get some lunch. I came back up with like some fucking cherries or something, sat down, and this had already happened. And then there's this one that I had already called it good for the day, so I wasn't trading this. But this is definitely an entry. This one right here, where you can. This fair value has gotten respected a couple times as a, you know, decently heavy. It's not the great risk to reward, honestly. Relative equal hazard, but you could probably take your profit up here. Realistically, if we don't get this huge manipulation at the end of the day. And that would have hit, but this isn't great risk to reward, and I also just wasn't on the chart for this one, so didn't take that one. So all in all, I think there is a lot to learn from today, just on filtering setups, really. Like, there's a lot of setups that I didn't really filter properly. And like, for example, this setup that I took here, horrific trade, horrible trade, terrible stuff for me. And this one, on the other hand, is a very good trade, and I didn't take this one. So I just need to work on filtering my setups, I think, which is obviously one of the hardest parts of trading. So I can't really be too mad at myself for not being very good at that right now. Because none of this really looked like the ideal trades that I've been taking the past couple of days. Like, if you look at like this one right here, this is just a very, very easy trade to take. This one right here. Obviously on the previous day, which is the one I took on the previous day. I think I took this one. Yeah, I didn't take this one. I don't even fucking remember my own trades, bro. I'm actually a fraud. But yeah, the point is that nothing today looked like that. And so I had trouble filtering, and I had trouble like picking out actual setups from the noise. So this is actual setup. This one at the end is an actual setup. This one at the end is also an actual setup. I just had to be more on my toes, I guess. But yeah, I mean, now I've seen a choppy day, and after reviewing the choppy day, there's been some good setups. Next time I get a super choppy day like that, hopefully I'll be able to properly assess and get some winners instead of a tragic loss that brings my account, my 50K account, back down into like $800 of drawdown. So yeah, that's about all I got though, honestly. I mean, I don't really have much else to talk about. I'm just really hoping that this is a 4-hour gap. I mentioned this. I said this was a daily gap, 4-hour gap, obviously. Yeah, I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully I can get a winner. We got 8:30 news, huge candle probably coming in because we've got like 10,000 fucking things happening at 8:30. We've got like 5 different things. So this is going to be a dildo candle, and hopefully we can just chase the opposite side of it. That would be really nice. It give me a nice easy winner, restore my confidence, get out of some drawdown. But I'll let y'all know how that goes tomorrow. So I will see you later.